Here we are in the town of Macae. Actually, this is not the downtown section, but this is a town section where we go to walk and to do our little shopping for vegetables. And every morning I walk here, almost every morning. And sometimes Ron walks here also with me. But we just want to give you a glimpse of how this compares to walking in downtown Fairhope. You can see that there's a blue wall that runs along one side, and that is to keep the traffic. They're doing some maintenance and repair. And you'll notice the unevenness of the sidewalk. People are out walking. They're getting ready to go to work. There's water on the streets because they're scrubbing out their stores. And you have different little shops that are beginning to open for the day. Here's the barber shop. Good morning, bom dia. And he's always open every morning when we come. A wall with some graffiti. And this is just an overall picture of the streets here. And as you can see, we're coming up to maybe 3 planter boxes that do have some plants in them. And I think, if I'm not wrong, those will be the only ones that we will see for this whole downtown area. As I said, the sidewalks are very uneven, so I walk a lot of times with my head down just because I don't want to fall. You will see that there are garages, and people literally just pull right in off the street into those garages. That's how close everything is. Homes are here, apartments, businesses. They have the little luncheonette kiosk or carts that they have that they will be doing at lunchtime. They'll have burgers and then they'll close down, and then they'll be doing them again at night. A gentleman here is washing his car, getting it ready, and another barber shop. Or that's a beauty shop, actually. Girls and guys can go there. And a little house that's kind of blocked away. And then here is one of Ron's favorite things. It's a little potteria where they will serve all kinds of breads and cakes. And it's usually a very busy place in the mornings because people will stand here and get their food while they wait for the bus. This morning it's not as busy, but I think it's because I'm a little bit later than I normally am. There aren't any buses coming right now, but usually there are a lot of buses that are coming because people all along here get on the buses to ride to work. There are some that are waiting across the street. Maybe some of those are students that go to the university. People for work, and across you can see that there's a little park where they play soccer, or as they say, football, and a lot of kids just come down and congregate there and play. More of the life along the streets here. There are quite a few pharmacies or drugstores. This is Macae, which is good health. And they are, like I said, all of the stores are open to the street. And here's a young man that's sitting there smiling. Bom dia.
Bom dia.
Como vai?
Okay, tudo bem.
Tudo bem. Very good.
Motoboy.
Yes, thank you. Good morning. Bom dia.
Bom dia.
So, see, I can talk a little bit of Portuguese, enough to say hello and how are you, and enough to carry on a decent short conversation. Some of the clothing store, and like I said, this goes right up into someone's house. You can see the laundry. There's just no separation here of business or homes or restaurants. It's quite amazing to me. And you'll notice that, like I said, there's not really any, what I would say, anything of natural beauty. And as strange as that may seem, I'm perfectly happy here walking these streets just like I am Fairhope. And that's been hard to even think about why I'm like that, because you know Fairhope, bom dia, is so beautiful. And but I think it's just because God has placed that love here for this town. And I'm already getting to where when Ron and I go into town that we will pass people that we know from the church. Now this is a big plastic container, and you see that water is running into it. This is what they use when they're doing any kind of cleaning or scrubbing or building. And you can see there's some building supplies next to it. And then actually most houses have one of these on the top that they have water in, and whenever their city water or the line water might be low, that's their backup supply. And that's why we usually, well, we actually never drink the water. We cook with it because it's boiled and everything, but we do not drink it or use it in anything that like ice, because we're not so sure about it coming from those big plastic containers on the roofs. That's across the street. They're actually doing a development down the center of the street where they are having a divider, and people can now, they'll be able to stand there and be in the middle of the street, ride their bikes, and it won't be as dangerous as just standing and crossing the streets wherever they want to. So there are more designated places where they cross. And I don't know if you can tell, but the workers here all wear blue, and you can always tell when it's a city worker because they'll all have on blue. And this project has been going on since we've been here, so it's been 3 months. Don't know how long that will take. Motorcycles. I have even seen grandmothers get on motorcycles to go somewhere. Grandmothers even older than me. There's another water tank through there that is a water supply. Bom dia. One of the buses that's going by, and that one is not one that just picks up anyone. That's a special bus that either takes workers to a certain company, and the ones that are just city buses are SIT, City. So that's one. Some of the companies that are really big, they have their own personal buses that pick up their employees. Bom dia, bye. That was the gentleman that I spoke to previously and all. Overall, the people are friendly here, but they don't just walk around saying hello, hello, hello to everyone. But if I speak first, which I usually do, they usually speak back and are very friendly. I'm waiting to cross the street. I don't know if you can notice any of the cars, but the most cars here are small cars, and a lot of them are quite old. You don't see SUVs and luxury cars here. They're all pretty compact. Now this is one of the 2 or 3 ditches that flow through the downtown, and I would like to say they're natural streams, and they were at one time, but now they've become sewage systems or sewage drainage. So there's sewage that sometimes empties into here, and it's quite smelly. If you could, I wish you could smell it, because that's how a lot of this town smells, is like sewage. And this is also coming to the main town park.